The OSP will charge the following persons with various corruption and corruption-related offenses before the end of November 2025. 1. Kenneth Ofori Atta, former Minister of Finance.
Kenneth Ofori Atta, Ken Ofori Atta, no. NS Akure, not one of former finance minister. NS Akure, so chef the cabinet Edema Ofori Atta on one pa. Emmanuel Kofi Inti, former commissioner general Edema Ghana Revenue Authority Adiana Cartel. Fran Davis, lawyer for former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta, responsible. Odema a friend is saying lawyer, a friend is journalist and obusan is saying clients Ken Ofori Atta.
Is your client in the best of health to return to the country?
Why is that part of your business? Is that something which is of utmost concern to you?
Hey, say arrogance, say a day.
I have told you from the outset that Ken Ofori Atta is so scared of prosecution. I told you. This is why I asked him in this question. He is so scared of prosecution.
But Ofori Atta is not afraid of prosecution. Now why did he run away? Then why did he run away? He should come. If he's not afraid of prosecution. We are in this country. We were in this country. That man quoted Bible more than most of the pastors in this country. In the 8 years that, for 7 years that he was a minister, always portraying himself as righteous, not knowing he's even worse than the devil himself.
This is our promise to Ghana. That we are working together. We cannot but work together, and we are going to work together in full collaboration. See to the end of this matter.
And this Ghana Nibia Jiakwa Wedi on Kanukre. You see, we should investigate the OSP. I am telling you, a special team should be put together to investigate the office of the special prosecutor. This man, his biggest fear is to leave office. Yeah, and your OSP office now, it is what to follow next. Because you see, whatever he has done there, the moment that title is taken from him, the people who want to speak will speak, and he knows it's not going to end him well.
Ken Ofori Atta to be charged in November. Allah wallahi. The fact is on. Adjumana see. Papa refero Ken Ofori Atta. Papa no, according to the office of the special prosecutor boss, Kisiaja been said after pressure, Ghana former pressure, Billian pressure, Kevin Taylor and Captain Smart mo, Emma pressure, Martin people say NTS here. And the papa say for say me do no why was say November. Yeah, no, you be charge papa. Your friend no Ken Ofori Atta. The lawyer say, hey, check do your worst. Sana the lawyer so kana enya no kwa. According to the information, many so say, Uncle Premu, our Nobisco, Nordic School of Business, I school with them in the bar. Now, me tell them, girlfriend, you hey, school correct pa. There's all school feeding, say, you are nearby, no check. Papa, not swap a good car, one code, you call if you are yatano. And Jane, also, or fabre, papa. Now, a Backman, United Party. Enina me say baby aduru na hwe ameko dane UP ni meto abama UP4 because as omudwa MP before no eche obia so ye the UP4 ba the any sentiment cho yanto abama UP o mechi MPP ni any for mbokro ni na akwana ni abre enye easy kasa ni hit what OSP and Ken Ofori Atta to was na mi wura boko and for more subscribe like next we are for comment to comment section na say boko way naked truth our Oldboga trends now OSP added about 54 pages and the aba you know dealer your friend strategic mobilization limited sab your friend is a company ya na just Ghana Revenue Authority esikasem so krono mabode nya krono ketwa na sa company you me say Ken Ofori Atta company no okahu bi onimo mo amuti ye o company owner ni bia hi Ghana na company no sana MP before your madness on makro mi do nyankopon me say baby aduru no uyik na akofo adu free ma enye yie we de no wo faase ye tamaya MP before gas ye yini free ono na ase 2017 omuti sa strategic mobilization limited na yɛte saa company yiwe no Jesus Christ sika baadi enye sika ketewa me yɛkeka kɔ over $500 million ubati over $127 million mezi sika OSP di na no boro so no metiwa na aninso aja se yɛte me se enti Ghana na amanfo so ade wɔ efe ne sei wiase no Ghana will be addicting the whole day or the obedient oyenya no that same Ghana ana onyonko ebo sa akro no ewo mi say
extradition matters. It would occur to you in my submission that the main suspect in respect of the concluded SML investigations is the former finance minister or a former finance minister, Ken Ofori Atta. We recall that in February, the OSP declared him a fugitive from justice and placed him on our list of wanted persons. The OSP drew a lot of flack that we were going after a very sick person. But our intel told us, and we very well knew, and we kept insisting and telling Ghanaians, that he just did not want to come into the country voluntarily to answer to these charges. We did not relent, even in the face of the negativity. We went ahead. When we relaxed, placing him on the list of wanted persons on representations that he may show up at a certain time, some members of the public took it as weakness in us. Although what we were doing was that if a person says that they are so ill that they cannot show up, you grant them that regard for them to heal before they come in. But on his own stated date, he failed to show up, whereupon we placed him back on the list of wanted persons. Then we drew more negative flack that we were talking too much. But all that time, we knew exactly what we were doing because our intelligence was solid, that this person just didn't want to come to the country voluntarily. By March of 2025, we had collected all the evidence that we needed to aid in the prosecution of this matter. However, two things were outstanding. One, we needed official verification of a lot of the items that we had intercepted, especially in respect of communication. And this required the input of our major foreign partners. Indeed, the packet arrived on Monday in validation of what we had way back in March. Then, early June, I think it was 10 June, we carried out further searches and seizures at two offices of SML, one in Accra in Osu and one in Tema. And there we retrieved computer servers and hard drives that had to be subjected to forensic examination. This work is not done overnight. And it is upon this reason that we informed the Attorney General when we kick-started the extradition process that the dockets had not been bound up yet because we were waiting for something. At the OSP, we do not talk lightly. We knew what we were waiting for, and we have them fully now. We have uncovered all that is contained on the computer servers and the hard drives. And now on Monday, with the gracious assistance of our major foreign partner, we have the validation of the evidence that we had way back in March 2013. So, on 2nd June 2020, we triggered the extradition request because by March, as we said, we had all the evidence we needed. We only needed official validation of them. And that is why we triggered the extradition request on 2nd June 2020 through the Chief of Staff. The past few weeks, we are once again drawing negative flag that we who put him on our list of wanted persons, that the OSP that declared him wanted, that the OSP that declared him a fugitive from justice, that the OSP that went to Interpol in record time of 48 hours and placed him on Interpol's red notice, we were stalling the case and that we were wasting time. But once again, as I said, we knew what we were doing and we knew what we were waiting for. And last week when the Attorney General addressed the media, he said something very poignant. He said, these financial investigations require time and patience. And we ask, give us that regard of time and patience, we will deliver the results we wanted, like this. And as I said, before the expiration of November 2025, we will charge all these persons that I listed before the criminal courts. We will not stultify our own investigations. We will not delay our own investigations. We would do it right. We will be patient. We will be meticulous. We would have all the expertise in the world examine all, because we only have one shot at these criminal cases. We cannot go back, forth with it. And so, I announce to you, as we did by way of our press statement last week, that we are in full collaboration with the Attorney General's Department. We cannot work against each other. We are working for the same cause, which is the cause of the Republic of Ghana. And we cannot be at loggerheads. We cannot be in dispute. Sometimes, personalities and how one wants to do something may clash a bit, but that should not be taken as dispute or disagreement. Many of you do not know my relationship with the Attorney General. He is like a big brother to me. He taught me at Legon, and he also was part of my training. Indeed, we formed the firm together. And indeed, I was like his foreman even when he was putting up his first building in Accra. This is our relationship. The relationship is such that because he trained me and he taught me, I have a bit of him in me. He doesn't have a bit of me in him. And so sometimes my display of his bit in me stirs him up a bit. But at the end of the day, just as we were doing in private practice, we will bicker at home. But our product, when we finally churn it out, will be most robust and most fruitful. And this is our promise to Ghana, that we are working together. We cannot but work together. And we are going to work together in full collaboration, see to the end of this matter.
Onyongo did pete. Now, according to ASB, no, I say Omoa key person to be tried in the SML probe. And the OSP will charge the following persons before the end of November 2025. Kennedy, Kenneth Nana Yao Ofori Atta, Ken Ofori Atta, no, NS Akre, not only a former finance minister. NS Akre, so yeah, chef the cabinet Edema Ofori Atta Onwani Lipa. Emmanuel Kofi Inti, former commissioner general Edema Ghana Revenue Authority, Adiana Cartel, Kaba, Midonyame Yencheni, one training Gua yo. I said die. Owusu Amwa, also a former commissioner general Edema Ghana Revenue Authority. Ye was a yeje Ghana. Tuona yese only government the police in the trip to Papa Bikura Ghana Hanamano. Income tax no. Omo mutwe wi Ghana musa. Ndi ezika sem kra ofo. apart from the indirect taxes e jeje eno so a ekodu GRA ho so masa fa kodi kwa so ese disika no na wi a wako eurobond akobobutua de abreye na yen ne yema ne yen na no mo beba ekotua na mo ne mo busuafo ye frame generational wealth nyankopo esira mo omu osika pa mo ye hard working kwase asem akwa ukopie mo number 5 Isaac Crystal ono so general manager edema Strategic Mobilization Limited SML ana Kwadwo Damwa MP for German South and former Commissioner Customs Division edema Ghana Revenue Authority enti nipa baako 6 wey ana nipa according to the office of the special prosecutor all come na bom na November answer be ko na wie no papa na my timeline what ne jai say ya answer na wie see na kan ya o September ya papa na wa ma October papa na ya hunu wa ma say the osi November nipa baako 6 obia e ko na me cheche usika no musika o modia anwe owu efu mi kura asa ka ho sika Ken Ofori Atta ni sa nipa baako 5 mezi way there's no way any lead binko nanado chenda there's no way na penny out na fie ma yawe na nka ibu na nka wefo a me ba cho nka obi etna Sam George interview na gas wo se nanado nkrofo ye corrupt into budget nanado so corrupt honest if he quacks like a duck sit like a duck then he's a duck so ade ye kan o ka bi ye ya o ye bia ene de omote sa na ote show me your friend and I'll show you your character and no more mutakra said the tubo munti baby eduru no mesi usana na do danko akufo aduti your former president ye bataja oda so 3 years a etimi enka ho hwe eti OSP papa no and fire ketwa o se sika baadie no kwan bia so ono office of the special prosecutor ready so TV na owie no all answer say amafo say oni attorney general we issue no so dey be issue bi any ho ana amafo mi say na pressure ya ma nka wo ba sa Ken Ofori Atta press conference o say issue bi any but yen ntum say nipa de say ye different personalities ni de dey ye share even though about common vision but interesting sometimes a differ kakra ebi wa niema na epese ye de ye no na ya clash na dey say we atum we I accept and say the attorney general the can say I'm not happy with the how the OSP is dealing with me no say no correct meaning say I no correct say Kevin Taylor Captain Smart omo accusation omo dem OSP say or style niema omo niema delay no we atum because omo yati say oni attorney general there's no any big issue or any problem there but they can be clash meaning say what means say there's a clash and clash in now yes I later you say no so later in say mamu bu say no so mo ntum bo ase nyam mama abotre am say abotre be so the here is say later na mo dey ba mu osesi wa minim ne fare ma minim wi anti ehwe mi hu ni nan no ni nya ne say yentimi en pray ho o say na wi amuti attorney general no oye ne government accountability series no o chere mu say hwe me as attorney general me sorry prako penwane enko nyina court da mu say me the case aba me koyesa ade asemeba na no one thing that I can assure you is say me a proper lawyer as a private practitioner as a lawyer no na maduma me ye no honkoro din enne ya me ye public servant I mean serve e de ma Ghana no eno so pese maduma ye koro din me pese me the case du court me wini enye se me di nguguo se le be Ghana ni bia ho beto no ndi sa so na ono so OSP on so kan se ade no enye speed na how well prepared ye me say enti nipa on prepare the case wie ye unya na ho nsem kran wie na wa pre abo the charges ade abono wo wie declare wanted wo wie declare fugitive wo wie now to the red interpol is so say munya masem na mo se mi ami delay asem ni na no enya me na me de ye do sa level ho ni na dia ka yes tradition dia ka no to bo ase beba am say OSP biti allegation we da enya de obefiri mu ne ebefiri mu tena enti according to OSP in the last words auditor judge said former GRA boss Kofi Inti or signing the SML deal no or 2 days after say all retirement according to the OSP boss kisi ajabe mi say nipa o sign contractor unsupervise aka 2 days na wo akọ retirement fena Matthias the same Kofi Inti ana nani papa maame na oye public accounts committee honorable abena eko defending na some okuja friends some judge ebusa say ni fie ye san ana ontimi nka no osere no abena go honorable abena say Mr. Chair we dey important question sana omunim kroro na sa she free na also the public accounts committee who di amam for atem say dey be omo position nya budi money na ogbo awi obu asade wi o ka si ohun why are necessary say your mama papa answer that question no me wa and then okọ retirement we ye ana o sign contractor adi Ghana sika millions of dollars you are eight why you are accomplishment we are accomplishment what ka ho adem grant ni but krono we ni na krono fita o aka 2 days aba na OSP ase Ken Ofori Atta 2017 say America kan ana papa no ehwe nyame anima making sure say some company a friend strategic mobilization limited no ampa strategic ampa ye share that say me say companies ni amotede bokoro no so aya di ni sisire ni you say di e be du bone pa strategic mobilization limited ampa o my the strategy am mobilize Ghana Revenue Authority sikani na acha momodi nipa ba ku nsia mo e good o krono pan mo say di kama to so sa ba ku give to ware o say dey block life na mpa block nkola ya music 559 Ghana cedis o block go na life no da ko gini busu na odi pete MPP for me clever off enter me say me party of intellectuals okay come pa ade na correct enti way ne nsema OSP editu dwa na Martin Kebu private practitioner no ka operation recover all loot committee na John Dramani Mama for me no papa ne say OSP will pay dearly for letting Ofori Atta leave Ghana ni na ensema na say ni ka say na say na uti ho as an office of the special prosecutor who every opportunity in your office to investigate every case other na utna say here sa ekozi say omo diskani na one demand yomo omo die we several years one demand yomo what chance ama MPP elusu election ama Ken Ofori Atta adani afri Ghana akopiem United States of America and then afa na obey na also debi na me enya sa where are we because they say obey daba we always be answer a question about friend say papa Ken Ofori Atta obi bisa say na say papa no okodane na US citizen here and so na say the omo ba US for beche ye de e di kono yes we ma kwache omo de aba de yan say be di nkomo na ye dey for the right channel omo de beba and at the same time you bet ma try try in absentia said na Martin Kebu suggested that na papa ni minim de otewa na oye afi na lawyers akeka afi na opese oye say bet ma try in absentia in the say wa makura na the case ni bet ma di ni lawyer ba be ginam odi fo a na nye say afi say abana ye di bobo tachi no ida go ba so say pa e dey ato hodi wey ensema Martin Kebu private practitioner so na wey na the lawyer hey say arrogance o say den o say you go be say na question say Ken Ofori Atta obeba Ghana abe he make sure say if any say in the case ye ba be kan was meet November yi wo betima yi nsema no every the lawyer Frank Davis ano is that part of your business? How is that concern to you? Is if the OSP wants him, he should charge him and bring him. Frank Davis, lawyer for former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta, responsible. Or the man, a friend is saying, lawyer, a friend is journalist, and Obusan is saying, clients, Ken Ofori Atta. Everybody knows Ken Ofori Atta. Onsuro, any charges be onsuro prosecution. And they say, why are you some prosecuting? The OSP and any time. The book of was this a person charging on Omra, and then him say, hey, and your fault, OSP nae. Nanka by now, nka ya strategy na dada. Ano da Ghana nanka udia kwa nyaba court, and MPP for ya ko assembly omo no mo nam kwan so no mo ye free Ken Ofori Atta Africa enka ba na nka wano island nka o pacho enka o public sympathy but ne who this is a training atem simple question o client na obeba ana o ma eno yabufu but according to Frank Davis lawyer Edema Ken Ofori Atta ensemu no na yabusa no emfa obi ho so OSP ne pa on charge the client no.
What?
Is your client in the best of health to return to the country?
Why is that part of your business? Is that something which is of utmost concern to you?
Or you're going to court. You're going to court to defend your client.
So you charge him and bring him.
And so it's imperative we know if your client will be there in person.
But if the man has not been charged, you are asking me why. Am I a clairvoyant? If he is charged, he will come. He has not been charged yet. We are told end of November. So let's all wait till the end of November. Why ask him whether he will come? I have told you from the outset that Ken Ofori Atta is so scared of prosecution. I told you. This is why I asked him in this question. He is so scared of prosecution.
So we should expect him in the country in November. Should the special prosecutor charge him?
He is not, my dear, scared of prosecution. That should be an adequate answer for you.
Now, Papa no say baby I did not do the be. Now according to Kwaku Pencil, our private legal practitioner, I say I think what the OSP is doing is highly unprofessional. The special prosecutor is conducting a trial in court of public opinion, which goes against the very tenets and essence of our system of adjudication. And you Obaja say the OSP ni say no about the press conference. Hey, about your friend no Ken Ofori Atta, Papa no, we are say if strategic mobilization limited ho, we are say if GRE ho, contract be a co ECD ho overpay or say as they would come one come for that. I don't know yes. Say attorney general ya mazu bofu say OSP so ya mazu bofu ngobo so jama to mujai say men de omi enu kra na akui but still omoso munyai nti say ne kra but according to Kwaku Pencil it say enya fine.
I think what the OSP is doing is highly and very unprofessional. He's conducting a trial in the court of public opinion, which is against the very tenet and the essence of a trial under our system of adjudication. I think the OSP's conduct is most abhorrent and shameful. I don't know what pushes him to do all the kind of things that he does by giving all these press statements. And what he's doing is really prejudicial. This person is entitled to a presumption of innocence. And you don't do the kind of thing that the public prosecutor, what do you call it? I mean, the public prosecutor, what's his name? The OSP. He's doing it as if Joy FM or GTV or the public are going to be the judges in this matter. It's very, very unfair. That's my view. And I wholly subscribe to what my learned senior is saying about the conduct of the OSP. It's totally abhorrent. And I think somebody must advise him that if I were his lawyer, I'm talking about Ofori Atta's lawyer, I will apply to the court for an order even to quash the entire, prosecution.
Now, Albert Kwadwo Tumbuafu, Chief Executive Officer at the Financial Intelligence Center. Or say, hey, or lie. Sir, dear lawyer, Frank Davis can as an akuma. Dear Kwaku Pencil can akuma ni bufu. I'm so tired. You say, other former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta has a lot of questions to answer about how he managed the economy. I only wish he will return to Ghana willingly.
The OSP is now working with the Aegis department to make sure that they have a case that they can present to the US authorities. That is not easy, because I'll tell you that we have a mutual legal agreement with the United States government. But in the case of the money launderers that they took away, it took them 6 years. Okay. They had to come and present a case to our judges here, because our judges, and rightfully so, will scrutinize extradition request to the T. Because I don't think anybody is happy to extradite our citizens back to any foreign country without putting a fine-tooth comb through the evidence. So there are several layers through which those requests go, but at the end of the day, a judge must determine that that must happen. And it's the same, reciprocally the same. A judge in the United States will have to determine that we are not going to bring anybody. Let's forget about Ken Ofori Atta for a moment. We are not going to bring anybody and maliciously prosecute the person for the sake of politics. But he has a lot of cases to answer. He has a lot of questions to answer on how he steered this economy, and people will want to know. I would have wished that he came back willingly to answer the questions that he needed to answer, because those same questions were posed to Sektekpa. He didn't run. Sektekpa was here. He didn't run. Those same questions were posed to several of the people who administered this country between 2017 to 2024. I myself was here. I was arrested. I needed medical treatment. I was arrested when I was going because my name was on the stop travel. Yes, I had to make a case to Yoko before I was allowed to leave. When I came back, I was arrested. When I arrived, I was arrested. But for the intervention of the operational commander of the immigration service, I was going to be taken to immigration cells until I was until they determined that I wasn't somebody that had to be presented before court. But my name was still on the stop list. I actually think my name is still on the stop list as we speak today, but who knows?
Is Ken Ofori Atta on your radar as FIC?
Well, we collaborate with the AG's office. Okay. So that should answer. And the OSP, yes, they
But is he on your radar, yes or no?
He's not on my radar. Okay. What the work that needed to be done has been done. And it's the OSP and the AG's office that are requiring him to come and account for his stewardship. I think that it is fair for people to be asked to account for their stewardship. I didn't run away anywhere. Sektekpa didn't run away anywhere.
Or say papa no hair. When you first bu Ghana mine no your economy no. Jesus Christ. Or say almost every sector be a sikadie nyafu basa. Or say David. Agwano wo questions bebrebe o 99 questions I say dem no. Into on last na nko no for play. On ticket na omra Ghana. Na nko me yin sama no. Omra bako abra ye chese enforce na mom no. So be so twan man ye be no ayi patapapie to ye dem na be woro dia. And dem na ye de be woro extradition no de be extradite no because sika ye se ye nam sa strategic mobilization limited enko ahorm no. Onko case 54 pages. Anna, the office of the special prosecutor release unipa baku and 5 others. Maka. Ken Ofori Atta and 5 others and 54 pages. Messi me kind of just a misu. And yama pa course with dream pa course and you dream kito about where the OSP mama was correct. Where they are correct investigation they are correct pa. But according to Albert Kwadjo Chumboa for a chief executive officer, Emma Financial Intelligence Center, Omo Ghana, the security service now, Omo na fight against Omo out as a duty kasema Omo ye weird one. Omo ka hu bi on a chief executive officer just like Yoko no was Ken Ofori Atta answer questions na akwan de way the next time. Na eno ana Kevin Taylor. Papa ne say manka. Me buonye mo fama me chenie mo fan hye me ka say hinche bata me hwe man kan so office of the special prosecutor papa no adwuma na oye ni na no oni mi oye On person obebu Ghana ma Ghana ya cha kromfo. O se afre de ma sha se unso ono ate ase o se press conference ba sabi obe mi se Kevin. O se me Kevin. Wo de tie je papa na kan. Say you better try in essential absentia. Inti da no oni we yana as a lawyer oni. 2 eba ne say no jama Ken Ofori Atta free Ghana akoye. 3 onu aje tum say the only outlets are now say institutional. Omo ye capable and also omo the mandate. So make me I extradite papa your friend Ken Ofori Atta Attorney General office. And also sometimes if per different jurisdiction the foreign affairs minister and he say the Attorney General na say Attorney General so so for a docket. Now docket in any ready. Meanwhile, Nippon already what declared wanted. Fugitive would not to Interpol. Then tell me and let me understand. Then a chair pass case no way ready. Case I will walk to the extent what declared Nippon fugitive wanted would not to Interpol. So, say what's our catch them a gun for not to say enter what got the extraditing in the number. You know your outlet have no that authority or right, and the authority that have it. One letter according to the okay say only Nippon institutions and as department the foreign affairs minister and the Attorney General and only say in Ghana idea the always have to me bet my Attorney General or letter or chief of staff and or letter no command and Attorney General and foreign affairs minister again Attorney General are making request so you have docket number docket so ama. Now don't get amount investigators what were they going to discuss? Because in some now they banana you discussing one farmer. But what's my investigators? What are going to investigate? And according to Kevin Taylor, just where pa dear lie emfa OSP still must go even though it's Ken Ofori Atta November yeah we must say still ye be man papa no ye be charge no charges in Ghana for mobile home be tibi and me say charges no always be charge you Attorney General na kwagodi asemi enti eh dey answer docket you be go Attorney General and I remember very well say director of research the OSP side eka say na you was certain information be one equal say call out because your other names be na involved na we mpokra na omudi koma e friend say Attorney General you say amount for a discussing or outside meaning say Attorney General na credible letters na ba in their comma media phone omo yedede say be OSP ani bugu ase say na oba che meboa and the neya OSP wo charge we Attorney General na gwagodi ase bi docket no over release and now releasing over release still okay so we docket now ready na say obetima charge na because you have to have your docket complete before you can charge anybody and that's what the Attorney General have been telling us and have been doing. Now we are Attorney General Katira said 10 good cases are ready, completed. Oni na omo charge omo okan ye no. Ente ye say Abdul Hanan Wahab, ya charge no Mustafa Hamid, ya charge no Yito Ware, ya charge no Osea CBNP, ya charge no Chamawun to me, ya charge no. One the way to us no. Say in it here, and the way who can say usu dey na ready. November no and ye wura mu. November say a friend say 30 days one. Say 30 days papa how many days in a only baba shake case in a year because who catch that Attorney General say unyen complete who complete we are Attorney General na ekwa charge no onu kwa charge no own documents na so be okay and the oben we dia meaning say still you bet my extraditing right and then the person try na absentia mo me yanko na mra prekwe ana eti Kevin Taylor wa fire
Mibusa eye Kisieja bin say when did he actually start investigating SML anamebwa ehona be wuse Kisieja bin they aided eye Ken Ofori Atta they knew they wasted time if they didn't aid they wasted time because they knew what they were doing see my mention idea we time ben or started investigating SML Ken Ofori Atta to be free Ghana Koya. He could not stop Ken Ofori Atta from leaving because someone started investigations at a particular time. Then Ken Ofori Atta wasn't supposed to leave the country. This is January 2024. 2024 January. OSP probes SML and GRA deal 2024 January. And I'll start investigations. So if you started investigations in 2024 January, how were you able to sit there aloof and allow Ken Ofori Atta to leave the country without stopping him and saying that you are the main suspect? Because that time you had started probing, you had started investigation. So it means you knew that Ken Ofori Atta was guilty from 2024. Because there was no way you started the SML deal without knowing that the finance minister was the integral person in this investigation. From January 2024, you sat down, you took your eye off, you allowed Ken Ofori Atta to put things in order. After 2024, we entered 2025, Ken Ofori Atta left the country. You sat, you did not issue anything. You did not put any ban on Ken Ofori Atta from leaving this country. You sat there, allowed Ken Ofori Atta to leave. The moment he left, you told us that you are telling the Interpol to put a red alert on him. He's a fugitive from justice. You are lying. For a whole year, you sat down, you watched the guy, you had the dockets. My investigations even shows that docket, it has been with you. You started the investigations, you knew everything about Ken Ofori Atta's involvement in the SML. Everything was pointing to Ken Ofori Atta, but you decided to take your eye off because you wanted to create an exit for him to go. The moment he leaves, then you can come and make noise that I want to catch him, I want to catch him, I want to catch him. You knew what you were doing. 2024 January, and I will be a GRA SML deal also, and I will start to probe here. The OSP is a liar. This man, we cannot trust this guy. Hey, if this guy is still the OSP, we should forget about the fight against corruption. We should forget about it. Nobody is going to jail from the OSP's department. Nobody is going to go to jail. This guy is protecting people who have offended us, people who have stolen from us. How can you tell me in 2024 you opened probe into SML deal and you never questioned Ken Ofori Atta? You wanted to tell me all the way January 2024 you didn't know Ken Ofori Atta was the lead in this criminality. Ken Ofori Atta left after a year, January 2025. Aban Sisaya and also Ken Ofori Atta should leave because he didn't believe that the NDC, they were going to win the elections. If the NPP had won, this investigation would have been a piece of shit to you. So when the election changed, that was when Ken Ofori Atta got the sign that he needs to exit because the SML deal, the new government, they were going to come after it. Now, a buying for front air. So you created a window for Ken Ofori Atta. You took your eye off the window. You let him escape. Then later came and said, you are looking for Ken Ofori Atta. Where is he? Now they told you that, oh, he's gone to America. He's sick. No. He needs to come back. 1 year, you allowed this guy to escape. Today, you are telling us that you need time. Hand over a document and investigation with 2 of your investigators. You said no. And the Okasa 2 hours. You could not tell us in our face that the investigation in its current state, you want to give it to the Attorney General. What is stopping you? Because you are protecting Ken Ofori Atta. Because you know what you are doing. Because that is what you are using the office for. And this again, you see, we should investigate the OSP. I am telling you. A special team should be put together to investigate the office of the special prosecutor. This man, his biggest fear is to leave office. Yeah? And your OSP office now, it is what to follow next. Because you see, whatever he has done there, the moment that title is taken from him, the people who want to speak will speak, and he knows it's not going to end him well. So what he's doing is that he's protecting himself. It's not that office. Because right now, what is protecting him, whatever he has done, which he knows, whatever is protecting him is that title, the special prosecutor. His fear is not leaving that office. His fear is that that title is taken away and that everyone can come in and say, this is my encounter. This was my encounter with this guy. This is what happened. That is his fear.
Papa, your friend. A friend is a Kwesi Boche. Oka lawyers edema adubuahin. Oka lawyers for no. Lawyer Tachia Nkola ni bia na. Osaye friends in part of Baumia ni campaign team. Oka lawyers so ene so ho. Papa ya kodi se mensem bi wo. court ma judge just I judge dem do am say case we ahwe o media we ntempere after so walking out to feel no so e compare I plan say Supreme Court any judge yimfiro na Supreme Court 5-0 omo yimfiro so ama la ta judge say omo say they say no omo say ko appeal say 5-0 there kwano wa na benda na message bia be come beside ndi we dey omo na so omo ntia say ne ade emfa ndi message go back to judge kro na ho judge na mu no na utifa no so e free court no according to judge no say won say Kwesi Botwa Junior akwa no titi social media na say ono ase no wadan no judge ana obu asem no social media X no so I say mo fa akwa no warning man no mo man the last warning say when you rough na oye na oh I won't spare you next time and the judge I catch him he say on spare no fan no the next time we say we pay more court no what say okowie court na social media so no twetwe nkwasasem ensem enim ensem anya no kore any otiwa na police for so one man bench warrant am ya so one is here contempt of court am say any adubu ahe wo bebre o me lawyer wa court suspect judge ususu a wo tire asem ya ni wie adubu ahe case we dey minya sure so we dey kunim enya dey adubu ahe we dey kunim 49 million Ghana cedi we fa ba dey oba ba na ugo plemu ewo tamale Beza Edema Northern School of Business, Nobi School. Ya chipa pe se kweon. Ne boni awere na se enyane na ye de koma school fe na he wo mini de ntia Northern for say mu yesu yan krono pa. Ka first nka mo ntisa. Abdul Hanan Wahab ifri north wo ye. School nkola isi kaya na nko se de koma mu. A odiri nyafu ane. Ono ne yere 100 million and 50 million Ghana cedis bail amount. And yes, all family. School national buffer stock with papa no pasa was any na. To some point they say do election time. I can't even go for him. And making sure say a more spy or so say from common school from goody. Also, ye be do say ye be do also say the school be nyama na be and move for this gra. And education minister how they do so catch them say headmaster way. Enyane ne nyama na ye de brem no. Mo bien for bibi go mama surprise visit enche. They say mo to one year say mama surprise visit.
Okay, currently Nobisco category. But titela bal na kadama beza nyala ngum varbanjira kuno yema. Mzungu da sumona onga faraka be bagbago katikana na tinyenya den nosham. Anye Nobisco loro mambo. Nyabanjira ma. Nyabanjirama. Deso currently things sashiro Nobisco yin katikema na onga fara Nobisco shukurumani ka kebo na tinyanya ulanyi lale yeto ama biya na ka first mo ka second ka third mo deso banjirama mo
Beza ni dia wan fo boga anya swine. Ogofa a bag of rice, cooking oil, tins of mackerel. And they say odeko ni fie. Na we ka ni mo school bus no safa you. And I'm say Beza mponi na headmaster. Na pantry woman. Anase school matron. Hey. Any school gola mun kafra wate mun kafra enti ya chino we sese no Ghana for na ngazi adan no police for o sha sese obokro na na ye chew si ya na NDC mbatu aso di anka mo banyina che ko ono aso fa scandal bi here ya se ebe start bi ya no ni ate no ntentem na enti so fa bi ya kama na me ye na ete se bribe bi ya refer to attorney general and na Beza babakro no ya ate no kokwian enti na uwia nko de ebe chew operation recover all loot uwia nko ye be chew ye be dia de enti mo no ya ate no ya de na hwenanim a original no hwe de Beza ukobokro no we a na obi sukofo etu e mu aduane ahe na wo na kakra akọ hwe dudu waso anko de ikọ na ebe wie na school kwala afi se pantry woman foi etete mo amono ano so ebi wo bekọ dani ho na bi ne kitikiti bi aduamu nya de na nsesua enka nya de nka mami ni me aduane nya de na wo esesua ni na because beza wi aduane de kofi ba nyanko babu adawor ma yate no na ebo backman United Party UP eni na papa ne se ha Ken Ofori Atta na nado danko Akufo-Addo eni Dr. Mahmood Bawumia oso mu na yakromfo am say papa o ye sure say ozi nti munchire ne nji Ken Ofori Atta etimi twa 7 good years na mo se wo bokro no na the only person at some point na alternative support no president friends na nado danko Akufo-Addo Bawumia yanti se Bawumia e kan baby ada so ompe no timi ni so faso ozi owe kro no dodo ye born on the MPP ozi since I won from 1992 I was starting to say to active police and no near fee everything ne ozi opa be challenge no there is no government ever in the history of Ghana akro no obono edu quarter of the Nana Danko Akufo-Addo as spearhead ya me say papa ebo back ma woni abre ozi mani abre me serious ozi anything na dey say John Dramani mama this operation cover all to buy any day with how I and the first person watching but slow omonti ti omomo I say we na ma me nya afi me say baby aduru no say to the den na say NDC for month che be a the next party UP party a me campaign am me see grounds aye campaign am pa be UP because they don't want get MPP for no we mu na your mom free MPP mu go UP o former MPP me say me am from say MPP deportees ya deport o free MPP ana ma peti o party nteze ade no mungamu o se ya krono na nado ema MPP for no boy no o se every sector bia sikadie nyafu monkey de we babu de chop adwuma nko a ene course no se sa nyema we si no udonyame so operation recover all it must succeed sa answer si pa no hwe krono e course a na kuma o se de bi o so no pa na o tie na o tisika MPP for no wi aya every day be any new case but say obedi design nanado the late Nana Kunadu Ajumarolis mami etiase na ni kunu ya president jacuzzi keke mami no koto ye de ko sini dem say aja obedware abrewa wa cheche na no wa dem kakra na nsu agu no na wa dwedwo no ho no o say MPP for so mu tibi da o say ET mensa ekoye electronic gate say electric gate yi keke ya say na ye nkura se mo say edi o say MPP for so mu tibi da corruption o say ene obi a onu nrufo tempo obatini wadi 30 million Ghana cedis wadi 40 million Ghana cedis o say san kwala nkiti we mu poni no omo di policy mu check second for that amone nana do mo de o say edu sa side o de a ahwe Ghana ni bia de opportunity o na make us mama say o hwe account na no grand o ra na kitiwa na o no na emenu say yo John Dramani mama gas no they were running Ghana like a Ponzi scheme. Ghana was indeed a crime zone. Let's say, hey, almost everything that was going on was stealing. Strategic Mobilization Limited, Korea no Mubui, company in 2017. Just on by an money so more chrono. And it's way, and it's a backman, fire, heat, and there's a Mowusu crowd.
It is difficult to be a Ghanaian at this time. I'm telling you. If you have followed the kind of cases, corruption cases that have come up, and the kind of money, the amount of money involved, and the ease with which these people steal, it will be difficult for you as a Ghanaian not to be angry. And I think we have not been angry enough as a people. That is why people find it so easy to engage in corruption. I agree with AB. We've had corruption cases in this country before. But the kind of corruption we have witnessed in the past 8 years under the Nana Akufo-Addo Bawumia government is mind-blowing. It is, I mean, since 1992, I have been doing politics, except that at a point in time, some 10 years, I went off. But the kind of corruption we used to hear, I remember, let me tell you this, E.T. Mensah, they said E.T. Mensah had made a gate, electric gate. It became an issue, national issue for discussion relative to corruption. They said the late Nana Kunedu had bought jacuzzi. It became a serious issue. Look at the amount we are hearing and the kind of people involved. 39 years, 30-something years. They are not even up to 40 years. And look at the kind of corruption they are engaging in. And you wonder, what kind of system are we operating? If we are operating a system that makes it so easy for people to steal, but so difficult to recover and punish, and that is a broken system. And that is a system you are practicing. And that is why some of us are happy that for the first time we are seeing a president who is prepared to fix this system. Mr. President, fix it to the latter. Fix it to the latter. Because the system is broken. That is why these young men and women would have the effrontery to be engaging in the kind of activities they engage in. The amount of money, they are not even afraid. I said even Americans respect dollars more than we Ghanaians. Look, if you hear some of the amount. And when you hear people, the youth, you see, let me speak to the youth, I'll come to the issue. You see, when people steal like this, they are stealing your future. It is your future they are stealing. And so when they steal and the law catches up with them, don't go on the street and defend them. Don't ever do that. Because all this amount that went to individuals for them to buy properties, if those amount of money had been used to put up some factory in your village, you would have gotten job to do. If those amount of money had been used to build hospitals and clinics in the villages, your uncle who died because of lack of hospital in the village would have survived. So we are talking about serious issues here. And some of the comments, Ofori Atta is not afraid of prosecution. Now, why did he run away? Then why did he run away? He should come if he's not afraid of prosecution. We are in this country. We were in this country. That man quoted Bible more than most of the pastors in this country. In the 8 years that, for 7 years that he was a minister, always portraying himself as righteous, not knowing he's even worse than the devil himself. And when you sit down for these things to happen, you see, we gave this country to a family to loot, to kill and destroy. And we sat aloof as a people for 8 years because they had people who aided and abetted. You should be serious as a people. The only way we will save this country is to make corruption expensive. Sarkozy is in prison. Is he not in prison? Former president of France, for just taking money from Libya to support his campaign, he's in prison. Someone says, whether God spoke to him or whatever, he spoke to God, said he has wasted $97 million to create a hole. He's free. He's a free man. Can you imagine the opportunity cost of that amount of money? That money, what that money could have done? You should be serious. You should be angry. So the politicians, when they are stealing, they will think twice. But the legal system, the judiciary, please, let's not allow corruption cases to run 6, 5, 7 years. 6 years, we deal with it. We dispatch it. If the person is free, go home. If you are not free, then the law catches up with you. Then the law deal with you.
You say 6 months, I guess.
6 months. I meant to say 6 months.
6 years.
So, yes, the OSP, you see, me, I have a problem. I've been defending OSP, but I have a problem with his style. I have a problem. I think, as you rightly said, this SML issue should have been dealt with long ago. You see, if Ken Ofori Atta is the main star in this issue, and it's not in this country, how are we going to succeed in prosecuting these people? Because all of them will reference him, and it will be difficult to prosecute this issue. So, whatever it will take to bring that man down, let's bring him down. If his lawyer says he's not afraid of prosecution, you should come down. Enough is enough. And let's not repeat a mistake that we made in 2016. It was so clear a family wanted power to amass what for themselves, and we fell for that thing. And the consequences is what we're experiencing. Now let me say this, and I say it without any malice, but I say it in the interest of this country, that given the astonishing level or scale of corruption that we I've witnessed in the last 8 years of the Akufo-Addo administration, I think the nation, if you want to kill or cure this issue, we will need space and time to deal with this matter. That is why I believe that MPP should stay in opposition for a long time, so that whether it is NDC or any other government will have enough time, because the cases are overwhelming. There are so many cases. Go to ECG, go to Ghana Water. I mean, go. It's like in economics, we say we call something indifference curve. One of the features of indifference curve is that it is everywhere dense. So corruption is everywhere dense. Go to every institution. In the last 8 years, and Akufo-Addo. So I've been asking myself, those who I didn't go to Jubilee House when he was a president. I've never been to Jubilee House before. Did he have a bed in his office? Was he really sleeping? Because if you're a president and you could sit down for some of these things to happen, your appointees to engage in this level of corruption. And so what were you doing? All that he was interested in is free SHS. Say anything, free SHS. Whatever you say, they say free SHS. Look at the results. Look at the results we've had, my brother. It's so painful that we will struggle to go and borrow money. Listen, let me end on this. Okay. You see, the painful thing was that people who legitimately made their money, teachers, nurses, businessmen, professors, technicians, they said, after 60 years, I can't work. So I will go and put my money with the government. I will save with the government, so that when I can't work again, I can depend on that money to live. You, after stealing, destroying the economy, did not fall on the money that you stole to fix the economy. The legitimate money that people made is what you fell on to fix the economy, leading people to death. Look at the number of people who died because of the DEP. And the system is broken. Mr. President, let's fix the system. If you don't fix the system will fix itself. And it may not be good for all of us.
At the office of the special prosecutor, as a main country of BBR said, Mama and the pressure can cry, not thrown the fire, Monkancha Kevin Taylor, Monkancha Captain Smani Mazibilam, Munyam life, mammy. Papa, a friend Ken Ofori Atta, November, you be charging on. Ken Ofori Atta will be charged in this November until Montomo Boise Wati. November, you be charging Papa, a friend Ken Ofori Atta, I'm a Montomo. Now, I must say, well, must run so and your problem. Wama, you ever on tire in absentia. Now, say, 2 baby, 2 years. What the US and the was no. So when you caught her, I call lawyer and come out, many fun tempted. Now, say, judge if we should say, Mamma, or by a Supreme Court, 7 judges, yet I got existing one. New Chief Justice Uba. Your 21 Appeal Court judges, a Yadiako come more than no. Yourself and then you are 31 High Court judges. Papa, if you can offer that, you judge a bit to Sunamo, over Breroff. What do you remember? Tanawana lawyer Yaga, a friend Davis in Yaga near Temangan say, who's your prosecution? That's who's your prosecution, brain. We have seen pictures, you are not sick. You are okay, you are working and you are Martin Bebo said, Papa, Unyari, bra. Obien so Unyari. Into Barbara. Nija the way grandma will say, sir, Unya Cronfona who police near the Ghana. What we say, we. No police near about me, Ghana. Oh, then why? Ko police need to mention what brown your pay. And this also you can offer that. Ghana na your mind. One another blank go for do ayo wo fa no. Papa no esi fra gunya so ebusa say papa. Enti se si joma ma wini. O se your friend be operation recover all loot. O ba be cheche omo mbo okro no. Ano say obi antena Ghana ha na on face the consequences. The omampeni na da na blank go for do ka chere no. Meanwhile ono ani wa fa say Ken Ofori Atta hala otilo oko. Ni fie kakraka na wasiesi akra no. Me sure so oni fie baako. Position bie no fie baako Ghana bebrebe ni na. Esis wa empty amount for super dan da mamunya. What dey dey say ni mo nyina ho no akotra US. Because the kind of the coin and also one go yedima kura na obedidi. Obwa according to office of the special prosecutor say pressure now Attorney General Ghana for any man no what it is say no dey. Papa your friend Ken Ofori Atta Allah wallahi. I'm running the bed said yes and fata na me say ora is ora in. Say ya na person ora no adwuma no ko sia na want to kama. Me say Ken Ofori Atta or the center circle. Ono na the midfielder, the boss midfielder for the entire corruption case and the land bank of Fado. Now, finance minister. de okuta sika na kire kwan fasu ni sika sika de obetere na oba na hu se asema okan ayantro otimi hu de owie a je okat na menje me kat sa na ho enti sa na asie me se ye Ken Ofori Atta se kungom hu se be wie na link na online no na ne be nante ya kwakodu na nadu fie pe ye Ken Ofori Atta se kun ebe nante akodu na nadu fie se pe eni to Mahmud Bawumia me se ye timi do za level a ye timi chi high political person eni ko tumo nse wo mu wi a on Ghana be peaceful cause sometimes mo bokron go mo fanya santu because they know say nothing will happen when na dey na hwe unya hwinsi enti de bia dwumboni saa na ye bokron no saa but finally it's about to go down a showdown be koso be ye Ghana be fa ntuma pa fura pa enti e bo bokuma asem o kan de mi fini me de kama wase masa krono ampi bi fa boyi pa e be hwe ha no ma for mudi lie never and ever for comment to comment section na say eye wo de say Ken Ofori Atta in this November OSP say obe charge no na say wa ma e be try an abstention and say court case no e be go so adi abra oni Ghana ha in the extradition with that extradition we be nasem uji OSP didi say November because we be paying oga September kiane ke Ofori Atta be Ghana ya hunu ene o say November uji didi me dem me trust e woni mu say so but you see, I know you be taking a word for it. Or in November, enko na wiye. Abra Ken Ofori Atta yen charge no. Enfa no go do court. What is? Uji tum. Uji akwani didi. For comments no to comment section na say we are na wa subscribe like it. Na share mo nua so enya biwe. Edi no e ba akopem Maxi Billian. I will naked truth on Oldboga trends. Macra. Bye bye.